Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Never Onside. Hi, this is Joseph, and joining me as usual is Mayur Chopdekar. Hi, Mayur.
Hi, host. Not a good day for
Yeah,
both of us, right? There were big matches for
right, right,
both of our teams. We just made a video saying what were our real expectations from both our teams, and this matches definitely didn't go in the directions we were thinking about. So let's start
right.
with Manchester Derby first or El Clasico.
Yeah, sure. We'll start with the Manchester Derby. Probably because that was the game that we expected this result. Probably because I think Real Madrid versus Barcelona, it was always down to the last, like in the clutch moment, who can come up with the goal to pull the team over the line. But then in the United Derby, you could see that the gap between both sides were astronomical. Like it was huge. So probably United did struggle. If you have watched the match, you could clearly make out that United were late, at least by a second to every ball, and they were reacting too late to anything that City were doing. But in the first half, United were lucky not to concede. I think Onana and Maguire are really impressive. Apart from that, I can't see a bright spot in that game where City completely outplayed United. We had our chances, but we never looked convincing in the sense that we could finish those chances against City's defense with Kyle Walker running back, with Ederson being there to stop those one-on-one chances that we had. United don't look like a convincing side to me, and I think they will. I think we will struggle to reach the top four if it continues like this. A lot of interesting things that happened in terms of the lineups. United decided not to play Reguilon and Varane because of tactics. Um, Probably, I can't understand what kind of tactics ETH is talking about in the sense that purely as in their trade, I'm sure Evans and Lindelof cannot match Reguilon and Varane. But then is he talking about progressing the ball, or is he talking about uh, you know releasing the ball at the right time? Probably something that he doesn't trust Varane or Reguilon to do. So something I'm very curious to see why he decided not to play those two players, and also as soon as Bruno switched to the right, you could see that we were lopsided. If we had the likes of, let's say, an Elanga playing or Garnacho and Rashford playing, then we would have had runners to pick the ball and pick the ball to. But right now, you could see that Fernandez can't run past people. He's struggling to keep the ball. United as a team can't keep the ball. So that is something we knew already, but against a side like City, where we know that we won't get much possession of the ball, that is when you need to counter attack. That's what United are good at. So basically, I don't know what we tried in that game because nothing came off. And I think probably the worst performance in a derby that I've seen in the last uh, 2 3 years. Because I know that City have beaten us comfortably before, but in this, at no point did we look like we were going to win this match.
Yes. And one question I would definitely like to add is we saw after post game Eric Tanak had some words. He was asked when will United play like Ajax. He said never. So what do you think? Has he lost his track? Because even I was in his support initially when there were no players in the last season. He was trying to play whatever he can with the players he had. But this time around he had his window, though he didn't get his all his transfers, but he had one or two signings which he wanted, and now we can see he has again gone to the route one system. And probably this defeat, and what is like, is he still around? What would make him would make him sack, or what do you expect like future wise?
So for me, with Ratcliffe getting to call the shots in United, um, I think there is a lot of uncertainty around who all will stay at United because it's pretty clear that he wants to. change the decision making process. Also, whoever is on top might not might wake up on a day and figure out that they are not in charge anymore. So a lot of uncertainties around United, and I think Eric Ten Hag might be sacked only if probably he decides that we need a different direction. This is not the coach that we want. So that is the only way I see United sacking Eric Ten Hag this early in the season, because we know that United didn't have the best of transfer windows. We know the injury concerns that United have. To if you look at Klopp, if you look at Pep, they did take the time to, stamp their authority on the team in the sense that to make the team play in the philosophy that they wanted because of the personals that they had. So I think Eric Ten Hag did mention that right now he first of all he doesn't want to play the Ajax style at United. Second, even if he wanted to, probably this team cannot do it. Technically, they are not good enough to do it. Something that this team is good enough is to do the counter-attacking football that they have been doing in the past. So probably that is why he's sticking to this, and probably it will take 1 or 2 years for him to implement any sort of philosophy. Right now, it seems as if we are just fighting to stay in the European competition.
So that's all for the Manchester Derby. Let's move on to quickly onto El Clasico. So we know the result is 2-1 in the favor of Real Madrid. First half, from a Barca perspective, first half was very good, really good, and we have seen this with Xavi. His homework wherever he comes in these big games, the first half is always usually good. What we have lacked in this Xavi era is decent finishing. When we had those chances, when we are on the top, we lack finishing, and eventually we know nowadays the game is about taking full advantage when you are in your momentum, and Real Madrid is one of the best teams to do that. And we saw in the second half the way they weren't the best team. Yes, it was a Barca had their chances, Madrid had their chances, but as Xavi said in his post conference, Madrid is a team which can score 2 goals in 2 shots, while we take 5 to 6 shots for a goal. So that just states the whole scenario going around Xavi. But yes, I was happy. But the thing which he is lacking is probably struggling with when the coach substitutes, does his substitutes, or when there is an in-game change which is done. Xavi takes a lot of time to adapt to it. So that is the biggest struggle which I have seen. Apart from that, for Real Madrid fans, Bellingham, who is in a unbelievable form, he has been just scoring for fun, and there were doubts about him scoring from maybe a tap in or probably something like that from near to the goal. But in this game, we saw a 30 plus yard screamer, probably a bit helping hand from Ter Stegen. But yes, that was a good goal, and definitely looks like it's just a matter of time till when can he handle this. Is it can he carry throughout the season, or is it just a purple patch? That is something interesting to see. But at the moment, Real Madrid is definitely enjoying whatever Bellingham is providing them
Yeah,
in these early
yeah.
stages.
So probably Bellingham drawing comparison to the likes of Zidane at this moment, with the season just we are in like 10th game week, and he has surpassed I think Zidane's best season in terms of goal involvements, in terms of goals and assists. I think it was 13 or something that he has surpassed. I'm not sure about the number, but then he has matched that. So probably something that Real Madrid were looking to incorporate in their team, goal scoring midfielder, because they didn't have the um, attacking power in terms of a striker when Benzema left. So probably that is one, and also concerning event that took place after the match for Barca was, if you had seen the Gundogan press conference where he came up and said that basically I didn't come here to lose these kind of matches, and he didn't see the reaction probably that he wanted from his team once they lost. Like, so this is something which is going on around all the clubs. Where are we embracing a new era where players are doing a job If they can't win it, that's it. Let's go party tonight. So this was also apparently visible when Rashford. There were rumors that Rashford went partying after the City loss. So there is no. I'm not sure about the if it's a fact or not. But then, are we moving to an era where this is not frowned upon? Probably the likes of Roy Keane and Neville will sit in their boxes and complain about it. But is this something we are moving towards?
Yes. And regarding Gundogan thoughts, yes, definitely that is something we have lacked as a team as well. It was really good, someone of his caliber and the leadership qualities. We always needed someone like him. Just hope he has said the same thing in the dressing room as well. Saying it outside in media definitely put some pressure on the players in their next
Right.
game to perform. So I hope it's just not in the media, and hopefully he has said the same things in the dressing room as well. So let's see how Barca reacts. It's a very important juncture in Barca's title charge as well. Currently, they are in fourth. We'll talk more about it when we go in the La Liga phase of our podcast. So let's move on.